Okay, we're here at Old Town Country Club at the annual Fur Ball. We're glad that we were able to catch up with George Hamilton. How you doing, sir?
I'm still on my feet. I feel like my cane right now, but I'm all right.
All right, first question. Name your first pet.
Oh, that's simple. I had a dog named Marquis. My mother's dog, a little poodle, bit me under the eye.
Why?
I don't know. I was down playing with the bone, and I learned never to do that.
You still do that, don't you?
No. I stay away from little dogs. Always get me. I don't. The big ones don't love me. I have my ex-wife has a Mastiff, Lolita. I love her. And there was Snoop, doggy dog. Snoop was a Doberman. And then Bliss, which is another little one.
And you love animals.
I love animals, but the trouble is, you know, an animal is unconditional love, but you have to be able to take care of them. And if you can't take care of them, it's not a good life for them. So for me, I love to have friends who have dogs, and I go and see my ex-wife, and the dogs love me. Yeah. My son has a dog named Pippa, who is a Staffordshire Terrier, but she's in love with me, and I just go by, and I think she's going to bite me. She's so happy.
Yeah, well, everybody's in love with you, and most people do bite you. And talking about taking care of things, we're here to honor the Humane Society and to raise money for the no-kill shelter. Why are the no-kill shelters so important? Well,
you can't have a population. You know, one kitty can produce, I don't know the amount, but like in 7 years or something, like 143,000. Now, with the litters and the litters and the litters. I almost took over for Bob Barker, you know, in Price is Right.
Right.
And Bob is one of the things he wanted to know about anybody who was going to be a show host. Would they make the statement, will you spay and neuter?
Right.
And I think the commitment to that, everyone loves animals. But the problem is you can't let people have the ability to let them run wild and not do something for them. They can't do a lot of things for themselves.
Right.
And especially nowadays, they can't roam. You really have to have an order. Like somebody has to take care of it. It's a responsibility like having a child. So you have to make sure that they don't overgrow.
Right.
And there aren't that too many of them. If they are, they lead miserable lives.
Let's talk about very briefly, because I know you've got to get back inside. You're used to playing all sorts of characters, including real-life characters, singers and all sorts of people. And now somebody's going to play you, ostensibly, in a Kevin Bacon movie. What's all that about?
Don't you just think it's great that someone plays you? It's great in your life. You go, you make all these movies, and one day somebody makes a movie about you. It's their turn. Don't you think it's...
Yeah.
I deserve that. It's a movie that really more about my mother and myself when we were little. My brother and I, there were three of us all together, and my mother decided to go across country. My mother wanted to visit every boyfriend that she'd ever known in her whole life, thinking that maybe she missed one she should have married. And so she was looking for a husband for herself and a father for us. We went across the country for months, and we'd go to one place, and she'd say, oh, he was great. He was the captain of the football team at Yale. She'd go in a restaurant, we'd wait outside, and then she'd say, oh, my God, he's let himself go. And then it would be, oh, he's got no hair. Look at that stomach. It got to a point where my mother would just say, could you wait on the corner and I'll drive by? No hair, no teeth, over. Next case.
All right, now you were famous for, or infamous for, dating the daughter of a president once in a while. You don't have any plans either, A, to date any more presidents' daughters or to run for president, do you?
You know, I think that's the hardest thing. I love being an actor. It's fun to do the things I do. But what they must do every day and have to go through, I think if you could just have one big, you know, fireside chat and get it over with. But you die getting ready to be the president. It would be a hard thing to do. I would actually love to do a TV show about becoming a president, because I think it would be edifying for people to understand what a politician should know, what he should be about, what he has to understand, not just because he's been in the Senate and steps out all of a sudden one day. I'd love to do a show about it, but I don't think I want to run from any except my ex-wife.
That's final thing, the new book, Don't Mind If I Do.
Yep.
The new book by George Hamilton. Very quickly, I know you got to go. Why did you write it?
It comes a time, you know, all of us, all of the guys that I know, Tony Curtis is doing one, Roger Moore, RJ, that's RJ Wagner, Bob Wagner, to his friends, and he's the greatest guy. We've been friends for years, and he's called me the last 3 days. He said, I'm reading your book, and then I call and I say, love that chapter you wrote. We're old friends, and it comes a time when it's kind of great. For me, I did it to show my son and my little son. I have a little 9-year-old. And it's easier to write it than explain it.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for taking time, and thanks for all you do for the animals and for the
Thank you.
no-kill shelter, George Hamilton.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.